Hello. Well, I'm servicing machines here, and this is a Brother XL3100, a backup machine. I always have backup machines. Um, when I'm on the road, sometimes I have to buy machines, so I just end up with more. But there's always somebody who wants to buy one, so it's not a big problem. But I always try to have one backup machine, but I always have several. So I've been breaking this machine down. Yes, we do hand sanitizer and cleaning the parts and stuff. And let me see if I can get this turned around. I got a big back plate on the sink because I just washed it. Man, brothers have a lot of pieces. Cleaned all the bits and oiled those. Gone in here, oiling. I have a different oil that I use on the gears. I gotta go get that out. Cleaned into that plate. Went underneath. And the thing you want to do is make sure you wipe the motor down. Make sure there's no oil on it. It's down here. And then clean your belt with alcohol and one of these. And make sure that that belt right there is cleaned up with no oil on it. And just clean everything with a toothbrush and a pick and get all the lint and stuff out. It's funny, I actually found 2 rhinestones in here. So I did that underneath. This side, top, this side. And the way I do that is by turning this crank, this knob, and the other top knobs to see what they're doing and lubricate the moving parts. And then I use, this is great stuff, plus this has a thing that will extend and reach out. That's about $4 at the parts house or Walmart. And then I keep all my parts together and screws together. You can photograph it as you go so you can remember how it goes back together. The light bulb on this machine unscrews. It does not have a push-up twist thing. It's a screw bulb for a brother machine. But cleaning up all the bits and getting ready. Put it back together. Just making sure any more oil droppings underneath to make sure I get all the oil settled out. And then I'm about ready to put it back together. So it's really good for your machine. It will make it run really bad if you don't keep it clean and oiled. Especially brothers. They're real feisty. They've got to be oiled. But they seem to have a lot more parts than a Singer does for some reason. But now Singers, they have less plates to take off, and it seems like less parts inside. But my favorite machine is a Singer. A Brother's an okay machine if you're just a homemaker. But if you're doing bulk sewing, you really want to go with a Singer. I've used all types of machines. A Singer is the way to fly. So now my industrial machine's not a Singer, but it would be good if you had an industrial machine that was a Singer. But there are some good heavy-duty industrial machines. They're all steel and stuff. But that's how I do it. So make sure you get your machine apart and clean it thoroughly. And you want to do this, if you've left it in storage, you want to do it at least every year, once a year. I do mine about every 3 months because I sew so much. So it's really, really, really important to make it run smooth and nice. And it doesn't get all mad because they'll start malfunctioning if they're not clean. But once a year is good for the average sewer. Even if you haven't used it, you need to take it out and service it once a year. Really, you do. But if you're big time sewing, you need to do it about every 3 months. Trust me. And this service is very expensive. If you take it to sewing machine guy, it's usually $100 or better to have them broke down and serviced. So, and they will usually find a broken part or something. But if you do it yourself, you usually won't find a broken part. And you can do it really cheap for like $1 for some alcohol and $4 for some oil and an old toothbrush. I go through toothbrushes about every 3 months, and I put them in a bucket underneath my kitchen sink with extra sponges, whatever, to work on things like car stuff and that. And so I always have an old toothbrush to work on something, and it's terrific to do these, get all the lint out of them and everything, and get them oiled up. And it helps spread oil on parts too. So, all right. So I hope that helps you. Talk to you later. You have a great one.